Hi student, yesterday we start our topic. It's a three-dimensional geometry there, in which we have started with our basic concept. Yesterday we have discussed our directions cosine, the terms directions cosine. Then we have discussed about our terms direction ratios. We have seen that what we have seen that our directions cosines is given by in the terms of L cos alpha, M is our cos beta, and N is our cos gamma. We have termed up our terms where our alpha, beta and gamma are what? It's our directed angle here. Then we have seen the relationship between our directions cosines and direction ratios. We have discussed that our direction ratios is what? It's the proportional to our directions cosines. It's the numbers which are proportional to our directions cosine. Then we have seen that if we have our direction ratios in the terms of A, B and C, then it's termed that our L is given by plus minus A is to under root a square plus b square plus c square, and M is given by plus minus b upon under root a square plus b square plus c square, and our N is given by plus minus c upon under root a square plus b square plus c square. Then after that we have seen some relationships of our L, M and N. We have seen that our L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Then also we have verified that cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Then we have find the values of sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to 2. And also we have verified one of the relationships. It's a cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma is equal to minus 1. We have verified the relationships where our alpha, beta, gamma are directed angle. Then look after that now in today's class, first of all we start with what is our direction ratios when we have a given 2 point. If we want to our direction ratios when we have a given 2 point, then in the terms if we want to our direction ratios when we have a given 2 point there, then in the PQ there, then obviously just suppose we have a P and Q. To get the directions coordinate given by x1, y1, z1, and coordinate of q is given by x2, y2, z2, then how can we get our these values there, the terms, our terms, if it's alpha angle there, then how can we ever get this just look up, it's a PU, then we are going to find out our direction ratios. Then what we get there, direction ratios are given there. It's are going to be we are find out the difference between in this from figure. The directions ratios for a given point is given by what is our direction ratios for these given points are given by whenever we are going to find out our direction ratios for 2 point, then we can find out by we take a PQO, then our direction ratios in the terms is whenever we are going to find out our cos alpha there, just suppose our alpha angle there, then our cos we have our point P is what? Coordinate is x1, y1, z1, coordinate of q is x2, y2, z2, then cos alpha is what given by, this is our base, PO is 2, PQ, then cos alpha is given by, how can we get our values of PO? Obviously it's PO is distance between this point, x axis there, x1, y1, then it's x2 minus x1 upon PQ. Similarly we get the values what? Cos of beta in the terms of y2 minus y1 upon PQ, and cos gamma is given by z2 minus z1 upon PQ. Then our PQ is what? It's when we are going to take the directions cosines of the line PQ is L, M, N, then these are proportional to our y2 minus 1 proportional to our L, x2 minus x1 proportional to our L, this is proportional to our M, this is proportional to our N. Then what is the meanings? What is our directions ratios whenever we have 2 points? Then directions ratios are given by x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1. These are our direction ratio when we have given a 2 point here. To find out the direction ratio when we have given 2 points, how can we get find out it? X2 minus x1, comma y2 minus y1 and comma z2 minus z1. Now look, then we are going to discuss some basic problems based on this our concept. What we start with, one of the basic question is that if a line makes angle 90 degree, 135 degree and 145 degree is given that if a line makes angles 90 degree, 135 degree and 45 degree with the x, y and z axis, with x, y and z axis respectively, find the directions cosines. We have to find out directions cosines. We have to find out the values of L, M and N. Look, what is our L? L is given by cos of alpha, M given by cos of beta, N is our cos of gamma. What is our angle alpha? It's a 90 degree. Cos 90. What is our beta? Cos 135. And gamma is what? Cos 45. Now look, what is the value of cos 90? It's a 0. Value of cos 135, cos 90 plus 45, cos in the second coordinate, it's a minus sin 45. Then what do we have? Minus 1 by root 2 and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Then what is our required answer? Then our directions cosines are given by 0, minus 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2. These are our required direction cosines whenever our angles from x axis, y and z axis given as 90 degree, 135 degree and 45 degree respectively. Then look, this is one of our basic question. Again, I am going to take another basic question to you. It's again based on directions cosines and directions ratios there. Look, if a line has the directions ratios, it's given that if the line having the directions ratios what is our directions ratios given by minus 18, 12 and minus 4, minus 18, 12 and minus 4. Look, we have given direction ratios here. We have to find out then what are its directions cosines. Look, what we have given there? We have given A, directions ratio is minus 18, B is 12 and C is minus 4. And now we have to find out the values of L, M and N. Then to get the directions, respective directions cosines, what we have, first of all we have to find out the values of what? Under root A square plus B square plus C square. Then it's a minus 18 whole square plus 12 whole square plus minus 4 whole square. Now, what is the values of minus 18 whole square? 324 and the square of 12 is what? 144 and the square of 4 is what? It's a 16. Now, we are going to find out 324 plus 144 plus 16, 144 plus 16, 160 and 324, we are going to get 484. Now what is the square root of 484? So maybe 21 is 441, it's a square of, square root is 22. Now we get the values of under root A square plus B square plus C square is what? The square root of 484 is 22. Then now we get the value of under A square plus B square plus C square. Then what is our L, M, N? We are just going to taking positive sign. It's A upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. How we can get M? It's a B upon under root A square plus B square plus C square, and N is what? It's a C upon under root A square plus B square plus C square. Now what is our first direction cosine? It's a minus 18 upon 22 and B is what? 12 upon 22 and N is given by minus 4 upon 22. Further we can solve it. Then it is given by minus 9 is to 11. It's a 6 is to 11, and it's a minus 2 is to 11. Then what is our directions cosines? L, M and N are given by minus 9 is to 11, 6 is to 11 and minus 2 is to 11. Look, these are our required solution. We have given our direction ratios. When we have given direction ratios, then we are going to find out our directions cosines. Let's take next question. What do we have in our next question? We have to prove that 1, 1, 1 cannot be the directions cosines of a straight line. What do we have to prove that? We have to be proved that here 1, 1, 1. We have to prove that 1, 1, 1 cannot be the directions cosines of any straight line. Now, how can we check? How can we find out the given any given values of L, M, N? It's a makes it's a value of direction cosines or not? Then look up. Again, it's easy to way because we have know the relationship. Our L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. If where our L, M, and directions cosine, then the relationship between our L, M, and N is given by L square plus M square plus N square must be equal to 1. We have given L1, M1 and N1. We are going to put here 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. It's we are going to find out 2 must be 1 there. Then we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, we get 3. This is not equal to 1 because the value of our L square plus M square plus N square must be equal to 1. We get 3. We get here 3. That's why now we have to prove that 1, 1, 1 cannot be the directions cosine for any given straight line. This is wrong because what do we have the relationship to get any for any values of L, M and N, the must relationship between L, M and N be is what? L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Let's take next question. Find the direction cosine of a line which makes equal angle with our coordinate axis. We have to find the directions cosines of a line which makes equal angle. Yesterday we discussed that our directed angles given by alpha, beta and gamma. It's given there our directed angles are equal, means alpha equal to beta is equal to gamma. What do we have? Our L? L is our cos alpha, N is our cos beta and N is our cos gamma. But our alpha, beta, gamma are equal there. And what is our relationship? L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. Then we are going to change all the values. Cos square alpha plus we have cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1. But alpha, beta and gamma all are equals there. Then we are going to be change cos square alpha plus cos square alpha plus cos square alpha equal to 1 because all these angles are equal. It's given there alpha, beta, gamma are equal there. And now we have 3 cos square alpha is 1, cos square alpha is 1 by 3, then cosine of alpha is given by plus minus 1 upon root 3. Then what is our directions cosine? When our directions directed angles are equal, then our direction cosines is given by L, M, N, means plus minus 1 upon root 3 plus minus 1 upon root 3 plus minus 1 upon root 3. Whenever our directed angles are equal, then our directions cosines is given by plus minus 1 by root 3 plus minus 1 by root 3 plus minus 1 by root 3. Now we are going to take next another basic question. If alpha, beta, gamma are the direction angles of a line where our alpha equal to beta and gamma equal to pi by 4, it's given that alpha, beta, gamma are the directed angles of a line and it's with condition alpha equal to beta and our gamma is equal to pi by 4. Then find the directions cosine of the line. Again, here we have to find out direction cosines of a line. Then what we have to do? Again, what is the relationship? We have cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Alpha beta are same. We put alpha here. Then we have 2 cos square alpha and cos square gamma. What is gamma? Pi by 4 is equal to 1. Then 2 cos square alpha is equal to 1 minus cos square pi by 4. The value of pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Then we get 1 by 2. Then 2 cos square alpha is what? 1 by 2. Then cos square alpha is 1 by 4. Then cos alpha is plus minus 1 by 2. Then what is our direction cosines? Whenever alpha equal to beta and gamma pi by 4, it's a plus minus 1 by root 2 L. We have same M, plus minus 1 by root 2 and cos pi by 4 means 1 by root 2. These are the values of our directions cosine. Whenever we have we get plus minus 1 by 2 and I'm writing here 1 by root 2. 2 and 2. These are our directions cosine when we have the conditions alpha equal to beta and gamma is pi by 4. Now look, we have to do some basic questions which are based on our directions cosines and directions ratio. Now look, we are going to start with to make equation of line. What is our equation of line when we are then we are going to come to our important part. Now in three-dimensional geometry we are going to find out what is our equations of a straight line. Then equations of a line in space. Before we are going to use to find out how can we find out the line in a given line in any space there. To find out to find out any straight line in a space, what we have the must requirement is that what we have be able to known about that from where this our equation of line is passes through. If in a space we have, first of all we have known about that what is our fixed point from which our straight line is passes, and also if we have information that where it is directed, direction of a line there, that then there must be we have a knowledge about if we have some line from which line our given line is parallel there, or its second condition is that we have known that two given points. Look, what we have discussed here to determine to find out the equation of any straight line in a space, the must requirement is that first of all we have to be known that it passes through a given point. What is it passes through a given point and has a given direction. What is direction of line? Whatever its second condition that it passes through two given point there. Then we are going to start with our first condition. What is we are going to form equation of line in vectors as well as Cartesian form. When we have given up we are going to first condition that equation of a straight line, we are going to find out equation of a straight line passes through fixed point, let's suppose fixed point A, passes through fixed point A and parallel to a given vector B. Now we are going to form a first equation of line. We are going to form a first vector form of equation of line. When we have given equation of straight line passes through a fixed point and parallel to a given vector some B there. Just look up. Then first of all draw mutual perpendicular axis there. This is OX, Y and Z. Just suppose equation of straight line which passes through a fixed point So suppose our fixed point A, and there is our parallel to some vector. So suppose our parallel vector is given by it's some vector M is parallel to vector B there, and to find out the equation of straight line vector form, just suppose our its line passes through A, then we take a point P here. This is on our line there. Then look, what we do? We are going to take our the position vector of OA is vector A, and the position vector of OP is what? R. Now look, we have to find the equation of line which is passes through fixed point A and parallel to our given vector M there. Then our AP, if P is a point which is lie on the line and is parallel to M, vector M, then what is our condition that if two lines are parallel, then what we have? Vector AP is terms as lambda into some vector M, because our AP and vector M is, our vector AP and vector M is what? It's a parallel vectors where our lambda is some scalar. And how can we get vector AP? Yes, it's a vector OP minus vector OA, vector OP minus vector A, and this is our vector M, parallel vector M there. Then what is the value of vector OP? It's a position vector is what? R, and we have OA is what? Position vector is A, lambda. Then look, this is our what? This is our vector form of equation of a straight line passing through the fixed point A. If we have given a point of vector is some x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap, then we can write away then a lambda m, and there is given a parallel vector m, and this is our vector form. What is it? This is our vector form of equation of line. This is what? This is our vector form of equation of line passes through a fixed point A and parallel to a line M. Whenever we have given a fixed point and we have given a directed line from which our given line is parallel there, then our vector form of equation of line is given by R is equal to vector A plus lambda, where x vector is given a what is? It's a fixed point. From vector A we are going to find out its fixed vector position of fixed point there, then we get a parallel vector M there. Then from this we are going to find out the equation of straight line passes through the fixed point A parallel to a given vector. This is our vector form. Look, we are going to find out our Cartesian form. What is our Cartesian form? Look, our fixed point of what is the coordinate of the fixed point AB. So suppose the coordinate of our fixed point AB what? X1, Y1 and Z1, and the direction ratios of the line, parallel line M is what? ABC, then AI cap plus BJ cap plus CK cap, if it takes up. Then now look, what is our vector A? The vector A is given by x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. This is our vector A. We take our vector M is what? A I cap plus B j cap plus C cap. Then our vector M is given by A I cap plus B j cap plus C k cap. And the vector R, let's suppose the position vectors of R is given by X I cap plus Y j cap plus K cap. Now look, if we are, this is our vector form of equation of line. When we are going to put here, this is our vector form. When we are going to put here our values there, because we are going to find out our Cartesian form. In which condition? We are going to find out Cartesian form where when our line passes through a fixed point and parallel to a given vector there. And in this case, look, we are going to put these values here because we have vector form. And what is our R? X I cap plus Y j cap plus Z k cap is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap and plus lambda into m plus lambda into m a I cap plus b j cap plus c k cap. C k cap. Now we have put it these respective values. Sorry. Now formatted. Now we are going to compare our I cap, j cap and k cap on our both sides. We are going to compare the coefficient of I cap, j cap and k cap from both sides. Then what we have? Here we have what? Here we have x. Then x is given by I cap common. Yes, x1 plus lambda I. What about our y? On comparing we get our y is what? Y1 plus what we get there? It's a y1 plus lambda b. Then what is our z? z1 plus lambda c. Now we have equation 1, 2 and 3 after comparing the coefficient of I cap, j cap and k cap. When we are going to compare this, then we have, when we are from these equations we are going to find out, we are going to eliminate our lambda there. Now from here what is the value of lambda? X minus x1 by a. From equation 2 the lambda is given by y minus y1 by b and lambda is given by z minus z1 by c. Now look, what do we have? From this after comparison we are going to be eliminate our parameter lambda. Then our equation of straight line passes through this is our vector form, this is our Cartesian form. x1, y1, z1 are the point from fixed point from which our straight line passes through, and a, b, c are the directional ratios of a given line from which our line is parallel to a given line. A, b, c are directional ratios of a parallel line for given parallel line for which our given line is parallel to this. Then look, what we discuss here. First of all, we have find out the our equation of line which passes through a fixed point A and parallel to a given line, parallel to a given vector B or M there. Then first of our vector form is given that we have derived our vector form. Our A is a fixed point from which our line is passes through and parallel to a line vector M there. Then we are going to form our first vector form. We take our AP is what? Our AP is equal to some lambda M, and then we after using the parallel concept we are deriving our its vector form R is equal to A plus lambda M vector M, lambda into vector M. Then after getting a vector forms we are going to find out the equation of Cartesian, we are going to find out the derivation of a Cartesian form, vector form of the equation of a straight line. Then from vector form equation line we are going to derive to get our Cartesian form. Then what we do? Since our fixed point, the coordinate of fixed point is given by x1, y1, z1 cap, and our if a, b, c are directions ratios of our parallel line M, then our vector M is given by a I cap plus b j cap plus c k cap, and just take the coordinate of point P is what? The position vector of R is given by x I cap plus y j cap plus j k cap. Then putting these values in the terms on our vector form, it's we get x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap plus lambda M. What is our M? A I cap plus b j cap plus c k cap. Putting these values in equations and taking common what is we are going to be comparison between our coefficient of I cap and j cap and k cap. We get x equal to x1 plus lambda I, y equal to y1 plus lambda b, and z equal to z1 plus lambda c. And from when we are going to eliminating our parameter lambda, then we get lambda equal to x1 minus x1 by a, y equal to y, lambda equal to y minus y by b, and lambda equal to z minus z1 by c. After eliminating our parameter lambda, we get x1 minus x1 equal to a, y minus y1 equal to b, and z minus z1 equal to c. Then in today's class, we have formed we have discussed our equations of line, which is passes through a fixed point and parallel to a given line. We form its vector form. Its vector form is given by r is equal to a plus lambda n, and Cartesian form given by x minus x1 by a equal to y minus y1 by b equal to z minus z1 by c. Please get through all these equations. Thanks to all.